to Earth is Ghetto, the podcast where we laugh to keep from crying and occasionally cry anyway. I'm your host, Love, and it is Wednesday, April 15th, aka Tax Day. Yes, the annual reminder that adulthood is just a subscription service you never signed up for. If you're filing, stressing, procrastinating, or pretending it doesn't exist, this episode is for you. Because honestly, nothing says Earth is Ghetto quite like paying to exist. So grab your coffee, your receipts, or your emotional support snack, and let's get into it.
What up, y'all? Don't keep it in my life. I want to be so courageous. Anyway, happy Wednesday, y'all. Yeah, it's Wednesday. A busy day per usual. Laundry, gym. I did have some downtime, I will say that. I was telling my husband, I don't know what age I worked myself up into like this OCD state that I'm in now, to where I have to like be doing 50 million things every single day, except for Saturdays. I have like tapered back big time on the weekends, so that is a blessing. Me going so hard during the week has allowed my weekends to be better. Now that I took Saturday, I changed my cleaning day to Friday, which works out better, and now Saturday I can kind of chill, so that's the only plus. Other than that, y'all, this is the day the Lord has made. I'm still rejoicing and I'm still exceedingly glad in it. Let's see what I got in the news. I remember to add my little news meme that I made. Let's see what we got. Air Bud has arrived at CinemaCon. Air Bud, this guy makes more money than me. And he's a freaking dog. But yeah, he's at CinemaCon. Prince Jackson, Graham King, Jackie Jackson, Jafar Jackson, Jermaine Jackson, Marlon Jackson, and Gary, Indiana. I be saying that youngest son, he got a little swirl in him. People say those ain't Michael's kids, but that youngest one, he got a little swirl. But yeah, they ain't Gary. 2300 Jackson Street. This guy has a SpongeBob SquarePants bicep. That is weird. My husband would totally think that's what my bicep looks like. Chris Rock, Eddie Murphy, and Adam Sandler. You know I'm getting old because old people always try to put an S on everything. Adam Sandler at the premiere of Roommates. I have not watched that yet, but maybe it'll be good. Parents sue Alaska Airlines after their daughter Ace allegedly suffered a permanent burn from an unlit cup of hot tea. Maxine Waters, 87. One thing about Maxine, she keep her a good wig, honey. She keep a good full wig. Go, Maxine. A young Michelle Obama at Princeton University in 1985. President Trump thinks soda kills cancer cells per Dr. Oz. An Uber Eats driver has gone viral for including her feet in delivery photos to get bigger tips from customers. If it worked, it worked. If it worked, it worked. I guess Meemaw was wasted at the local bar in Alabama. Meemaw be kicking it, honey. Beer belly and all, honey. What was she in there drinking? She was in there cutting up. A grand jury indicted a Florida doctor on the charge of second-degree manslaughter for allegedly removing a patient's liver instead of their spleen during the 2024 surgery. Yikes. Another warehouse fire has broken out, this time in Compton, California. This is the 7th warehouse fire in the past week alone. Cardi B is set to become the first female rapper to sell out a tour 100%. The cost of ground beef in the U.S. has soared in recent years and is forecast to jump even further. Indian passenger accused of assaulting a woman on a flight to Australia. Travis Kelce spotted shooting his first Tommy Hilfiger campaign with a visit from his boo, Taylor, of course. A woman was arrested for unalivement after her DNA links her newborn found unalived on a college campus 45 years ago. Lobsters do feel pain. Research shows scientists are calling for a legal ban on boiling them. It's like really too late, right? Creepy school music teacher allegedly got heart tattoos of teen students he was obsessed with. That is creepy. High school student Mia Heller, 18, has reportedly invented a water filter capable of removing 95% of microplastics. A Florida Highway Patrol officer was dragged by a car and into a fence while conducting a targeted vehicle stop on an alleged gang member who had unlawfully returned to the U.S. and was wanted for unalivement in Jamaica. The officer was treated for non-life-threatening injuries. That's cray-cray. You definitely gone now. Ja Rule and his wife celebrate their 25th anniversary. Ja Rule and Jadakiss, these long marriages. Offset made his acting debut on NCIS Los Angeles, and somebody said, wouldn't that technically make him on set? A woman who met her husband in a Bible group 6 kids later, she found out he was keeping a couple captive in their basement. Baby Jessica, who was found in the well a long time ago, has been arrested in Texas and charged with assault. Eric Swalwell is facing a new assault allegation from a woman who says he drugged and raped and choked her in a California hotel room. Dave Chappelle reveals he's considering bringing back the Chappelle Show after 20 years. After Ruby Rose's allegation, 2 more women are accusing Katy Perry of harassing them. I don't know what's going on with that. T.I.'s son in this stupid onesie. This boy, is he gonna grow up? All felony charges against former Michigan football head coach Sharon Moore have been dropped. The judge rules his mistress was not a victim of stalking. Court evidence showed Moore was set up and police withheld key evidence. I think he did get like 18 months of probation or something like that though. Yeah. Sandra Lee, also known as Dr. Pimple Popper, revealed she suffered a stroke while filming her Lifetime series and production had to stop for 2 months. Crazy. Shaka Khan's mother is still alive at 91. I wonder if she lived the same life as Shaka, because Shaka lived a wild life and she's still alive and thriving. A judge dismisses President Trump's $10 billion lawsuit against the Wall Street Journal. North Carolina daycare worker charged for breaking a child's leg while placing them in a crisscross applesauce position. That's crazy. The brat is 52 years old. Elizabeth Warren is accused of Amazon MGM Studios of committing bribery in plain sight over buying the Melania documentary for $40 million. The American people deserve assurance that powerful corporations are not using their financial resources to gain political influence. I have to agree with Elizabeth on this, because why would they pay that to make that? The junkie who stole ex-police chief Smex's toys wanted to visit the Gilgo dude in prison. So this guy kind of opened the case against him. You'd have to watch the documentary to understand, but he's connected to this. This guy is so creepy, though. Upstate New York man allegedly tried to stab family member while dressed as a cow. Okay. This chicken was playing chicken. He was pretending to be, he was knocked out. I be like that with my dog, because she be asleep sometimes. I'm like, is this girl alive? That's crazy. Sony Pictures boss Tom Rothman urges theater owners to stop having 30-minute trailers and commercials. I agree, Tom. It's really out of hand. When I saw the Mario movie, it was like so many freaking trailers. Lena Dunham claims Girls co-star Adam Driver hurled a chair and punched a wall in an explosive on-set outburst. They had a really weird interaction in the show, which she produced and wrote the show, where when they would do he would have her like punch her in the back and do weird stuff. So I'm not shocked by this, because the character he played was a very troubled dude, so maybe he was in character. Lululemon, along with other legging brands, have forever chemicals in their clothes. These chemicals don't just wash out, they break down, and once they're in your body, they don't leave. These can be absorbed through the skin, which makes it worse. Well, I don't shop at Lululemon, but I don't know. A woman's body was found floating in Long Island Sound, prompting a homicide investigation. That's where that Gilgo dude is from. They gave this turtle wheels, and I'm assuming it don't hurt, but just don't know why. I mean, I guess the guy was moving slow. I don't know. Seems kind of inhumane, but I get it, I guess. I don't know. A super typhoon is taking aim at several remote U.S. islands in the Pacific Ocean, lashing Guam, and heavy rain and tropical storm force wind gusts hours before its arrival. 49 superstar Christian McCaffrey posted a behind-the-scenes look at his insane off-season workout program. Christian, this man tears his Achilles every season, and he in his backyard rolling around. Will I pick him for draft? No. He ain't fooled me with these workouts. Police in Zanzibar have confirmed that the unalivement was the cause of the 31-year-old Miami-based influencer Ashley Robinson, better known online as Ashley Janae. The fiance, as reported, had disagreements, and later hotel management decided to separate the rooms. So the woman had her own room and the man had his own room. Staff raised an alarm that a guest was suspected to be, ready to take herself out. She was still alive when the matter was reported to the police. She was rescued and taken to the hospital. However, she passed away the following day. I don't know. The whole story is crazy. Anna Kendrick recounts a bizarre sexual encounter with Katy Perry as she faces allegations. So this is like a Katy Perry takedown. A Pew Pew man opens fire at a high school in Turkey, wounding at least 16 before taking his own self out. This man is going viral after revealing how 5 minutes cost him 20 years of his life after making permanent decisions off of temporary anger. A magnitude 5.7 earthquake was reported in Silver Springs, Nevada on Monday evening, according to U.S. Geological Survey. Nude burglar who terrorized a Virginia community is arrested after a month-long search. Nude burglar. What was he on? So they saying that DoorDash driver was a paid actor and a part of Trump's propaganda machine. Not shocking at all. Let's see. I think that's it for the news. Let's go over to my Tickety Talk, see what I got over there.
Just want to show y'all my custom porta potty I made out of my center console. Cut it all the way down to the ground. No more running into the truck stop in the middle of the night. Just want to show y'all my...
I guess nothing can crawl up there, but I feel like something could crawl up there. But, to be a man. Somebody said that's actually a smart way to dispose of anything illegal if you get pulled over. All fun and games, so something crawls in while you're sleeping. Imagine putting your phone in there accidentally. Somebody said, where's the drive shaft? Somebody said, put a bag in there so you don't get streaks. Okay, Joe. Somebody said me during allergy season. Partial arts. Damage 210. Wop child 1010. I'm impressed not a single fart slipped. Whoop child. Termination 100. Stamina 100. Warrior spirit 1000. Damage 1%. I just he got some ups for him to be a big boy.
That watermelon bologna sandwich. You can't beat that motherfucker. You can't beat that joker with a stick. Watermelon bologna sandwich.
Y'all just be at home making anything. Somebody said, mind you, we free. I ain't never trying that. That weed must have been fire. My credit score fell watching this. You didn't set us back. A Malonga sandwich. A Melonga.
And this is why I cannot fuck with male Instacart shoppers. Why the fuck would you ever give me these big ass bananas? Look at it. And
Boy, what you think about Dykes?
Okay, so I don't care about every 3 beans. I eat green bean, butter bean, and les beans. So let me tell you something. Don't call my telling them, ask me if they seen your girl. I wish you would. I fuck with les beans. Me and my leg from a bad hood. I say don't come out to me, ask me. I seen your. I wish you would. I fuck with bad teeth. Me and my bitch from a bad hood.
Boy, what you think about
Les beans. Green beans, butter beans, and les beans.
Just got back from a third date, and it was 5 hours. So anyway, just got back.
Y'all know the comments is terrible. Somebody said, what is your prescription? She said, where's your manners? Somebody said, can you see a future with him? 5 hours, that's spectacular. I'm done with people, man. I knew that this got a lot of views for something. Somebody said, be nice, she can see us. I hope your sense of humor is just as strong as your sense of sight, queen. She said, it is, but people really be sucking. They're so unoriginal. I love a good laugh roast, but this got me new content. On the next episode of Love is Blind. Somebody said maybe it just looked like 5 hours. I'm done with these people.
Literally no funny shit, but who the fuck is eating a bologna biscuit from Bojangles? Oh my motherfucking.
A bologna biscuit. Somebody's bringing back bologna. A lot of people have been eating bologna lately, and I'm verklempt by this.
Yeah, the wind is blowing right now. Can y'all tell? Hair just blowing in the wind.
What's good, little homie? Can you name a country that starts with the letter Y? You got it, bro. He said, good luck.
He said Europe.
I wish I could put a vinyl on my clit, spin it, and then take one of my long hairs that I have not shaved yet, put it on the record, and my pussy lips start singing in the song, and then my uterus would be like the bass, or like come from within. It would be like a deep thrumming bass. I wish I could put a...
If my brain worked like hers, which my brain is pretty crazy, I'd get nothing done. Who has these thoughts? Like, I got some crazy thoughts, and then there's people on TikTok.
If she got coochie hair, she be faithful. It's the bald ones that be cheating. Grass don't grow on busy streets.
Grass don't grow on busy streets. Somebody said, not true. I've been celibate for 1.5 years and it remains smooth. I've seen some busy bushes.
I had a girl tell me she like a man that's fit. Never mind. Girl, the hell with you.
He did 3 push-ups.
Women always talking about the ick that you gave them. What about the ick you gave me? You think I don't see that bad leave out? You think I ain't feel that fucking James Bond bulletproof shapewear when I hugged you? What about that? What about that noise your car was making? What about that? What about your taillight being out? That give me the ick. What about your phone screen being cracked? What about when I come to your house and you got them little white piss pads down for the dog because you can't train them? What about that water still in your trunk? That gave me. What about that little ass TV and that little ass bed you got? Why every time I go to a woman's house she got an iPad taped on the wall? What about that? And I know y'all finna say, oh, well, those are things you supposed to change. Yeah, I'm gonna handle my business, but it gave me the ick. I was just cool enough to let it slide. What about that time you ordered white wine with a steak? But I ain't judge you. I let you be a human. It's cool though. It's cool.
His list was long.
You know, the good thing about riding in the buddy seat with your chubby buddy is his titties bounce, and when his titties bounce, your wiener gets hard. But being a straight man, I don't understand why my wiener gets hard. You know, the
stuff people be talking about at work.
Y'all, I've been wanting to show y'all my superpower. Should I show them my superpower? The perks of having no neck. Listen, let me tell you, if I get into a situation, right, and somebody trying to choke me, all I gotta do is turn around. So, Michelle, I'm gonna give you proof to let you know that I done sucked and ate your husband's ass out, okay?
What did they say? What the fuck?
Hey, but hold on. Now, back to Coach Cleveland. You promised me that if I sucked and ate your ass...
Nigga, she said it again. She meant it.
My son will make the basketball team. Now you done blocked me. I'm calling from text now. No response.
Why would you not respond? Do you, boy?
My only resort is right here. So if you don't respond back to me, the whole world finna know. Alright? So, Michelle.
Oh shit, she said her name. Oh shit, I hope it ain't Obama.
Your husband. To prove to you that I done ate your husband's ass.
Michelle, she is serious about his ass, lady. You need to...
What's tatted on his ass? It says on his ass, be patient, bigger things are to come. Boom. Now you know. So,
I don't don't know what kind of team that is that she needed to get her son on that bad.
Stereotypes are based on facts. I know this. I'm a people-watching motherfucker. I've been watching people for over 30 years. And this is what I've learned. Mexicans and black men love big white women. However, they like them in a different font. Black men have rules, guidelines, boundaries, terms, and conditions, if you will. So basically the rule is the boobs and the ass has to stick out further than the belly do. And they call that thick. It can be a wide load as long as it meets them standards. And Mexicans do not care. The bitch can be big anywhere. Big in her ass, big in her back, just big. And nobody loves a big black woman like a scrawny, lanky, chicken neck having ass white dude who says "cuh" all the time. You know what I'm saying, "cuh"? And then big, burly ass country white dudes really love big black women too. Except in like they only like the real submissive ones. Yeah, cause they want to be able to slap you around. If you bring home wheat bread instead of white bread, they're like, "No, bitch. You know you're the only thing allowed in this house that ain't white." That's all I got to say. And no, I don't drive a Subaru. That's a Toyota.
Yeah. I know my husband would not agree with this.
Y'all, why the fuck they saying that AI logs into your iMessages when you drunk and takes your motherfucking ex while your nigga on the side of you in the middle of the night? Now I wake up, he got my phone, and I'm confused, he confused, we confused, cause who did that? Y'all, what?
AI is doing a lot. They doing a lot.
I told you to fall back, so can you come pick up your clothes? Meet me at the door.
I mean, I really want Chris Brown and Usher to put him on the tour, cause he's smooth with it. I don't know what just happened, but okay. Why is it drawing? Okay, stop phone. See, this is what happens when weird stuff. Okay.
Oh, you have. Life is a highway. Hey, that's my purse.
What are you gonna do about it?
I'm gonna beat you in the booty.
Yeah, right.
Yo, I know Taekwondo. Stay right there. Yeah. I'm coming back for you. I'm coming. Life is a highway.
So as y'all know, my man is home, and of course I'm about to take him to eat. He hasn't ate good in 10 years. Babe, did you figure out what you want to eat yet? Babe.
Yes, I'm quick, right back. No, I'm still looking.
So, babe, did you think about me when you was in there?
Hell no, not for real.
Well, I'm ovulating, so we can still have our baby as planned, right?
Hell no, bitch, I was jail talking.
You like your food, babe?
That was like really good. I didn't even know that. I think someone might have that. I don't know why.
Babe, I've been holding this in all dinner. I got a surprise for you.
Who's that?
We're pregnant!
You for real?
Yes, look at the test. We're gonna be a family.
Bitch, please.
Babe, where you going? Hey, where you?
I don't break up happy homes, but if you on Section 8, bitch, you don't supposed to be there in the motherfucking way.
Oh my gosh, this was funny. That was funny.
My mama talking about I need to leave that girl alone. Nah, never. You don't know it like I do. How about I leave this fucking family alone? Don't question me, this my life. My mama talking about...
Hey, listen to me. My wife ordered me a whole bunch of shit from Shein for our upcoming cruise, and we're going to try it on together right here in this mirror, just like she does when she's flaunting them big old boobies right here in this mirror. Let's try them on. All right, this first one I ain't the biggest fan of, but y'all tell me what you think. All right, let's keep going. All right, this next one, we got a little tropical vibes going on. Tell me what you think. I tell you, if I fucking bent over, somebody's eyeball's gone. I don't know who she ordered this shit for. All right, we finally got one that I didn't about have an aneurysm trying to button up, so this one's going to be for White Night. This is all right. Finally, we won for 3 right now. Let's keep going. All right, we got another one that's pretty decent. Not bad. I mean, I ain't too big of a fan. I'm just kidding, motherfucker. I ripped the fuck out of it trying to get it on. My God. All right, we're coming up on the last one. And this one's, I mean, if I sit down, this motherfucker. It's all good standing up. It's good standing up for just a quick second. But if I sit down, that motherfucker's busted, boy. Yep, that's my try-on haul from Shein. And it's safe to say that the sizes ain't the same, brother. All right, love you.
His wife really tried. All right, y'all, that's the show. Inspirations on the way. Y'all stay blessed. Stay blessed.
When they leave us or when we get divorced, we leave. When life gets hard, we quit. When we don't get the yes, we fold. When it doesn't go the way that we pray for it to go, just like Mary and Martha, we begin to question, is any of this Christian stuff even worth it? Because we don't know how to handle and we've not been taught that God wants to trust you with disappointment. And it's married to his timing. Ask the disciples how they felt for those 3 days. Ask Joseph how he felt for all of those years. You don't think that God allows us to experience disappointment because of his divine timing? Pain is inevitable, but misery, that's optional. We all gonna get hurt one day. Pain, that's inevitable. Misery, that's optional. Loved you, so I stayed where I was 2 more days. Verse 17, I want to see the same. Luke chapter 11, verse 17. It says, on his arrival, somebody say arrival. So that's when Jesus saw it was time for him to show up. On his arrival, Jesus found that Lazarus has already been dead, already been in the tomb for 4 days. Don't forget that number 4. Somebody say 4. Okay. So he didn't come on the first day. Didn't come on the second day. Not the third day. And in those days, ancient Jews believed after the third day, resurrection was no longer possible. So it's like Jesus is deliberately coming when it's so bad where it seems he can't do nothing. Somebody say 4. Now Bethany was less than 2 miles from Jerusalem. And when the Jews had come to Martha and Mary to comfort them in the loss of their brother, when Martha heard that Jesus was coming, she went out to meet him, but Mary stayed at home. Lord, Martha said to Jesus, if you had been here, if you would have showed up when I asked you to, if you would have answered my prayer, if you would have gave us the building, make it personal. I try to put me in the Bible. If you had been here, my brother would not have died. See the conditions of my life because you didn't come on the time that I asked for you to? Do you know the pain that we feel in our heart? We know that her sister Mary felt the same way because verse 32 tells us when Mary reached the place where Jesus was and saw him, she fell at his feet. I wonder, was she so exhausted from pain? She fell at his feet and said, Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. When Jesus saw her weeping, and the Jews who had come along with her also weeping, he was deeply moved in spirit and troubled. And I'm reading this, and I'm like, okay, I've read this story so many times. You know you're going to raise Lazarus from the grave. What you deeply moved for? This is how I read my Bible. You knew that this was going to hurt Mary. You knew that this was going to hurt Martha. You knew it was going to hurt. Heartbreak. God's timing. And then I began to study. I began to do a little research. You came on the 4th day. Matthew 14, verse 24, a whole nother episode, it says, but the ship was in the midst of the sea, tossed with the waves, so the disciples are in a storm, for the wind was contrary, and in the fourth watch of the night, Jesus went unto them walking on the sea. So you waited until it got bad. Then you're going to start not running. It's me. If you don't put some step, I'm looking, Daniel chapter 3, verse 24. Then King Nebuchadnezzar was astonished, and he rose and hastened, spoke, saying to his counselors, did we not cast 3 men bound into the midst of the fire? They answered and said to the king, true, O king. Look, he answered, I see 4 men loose, walking in the midst of the fire, and they are not hurt. And the form of the 4th is like the Son of God. Does God have a method of waiting until you are asking God to arrive, but it seems as though he keeps coming at the 4th watch? I begin to keep thinking he fed 4,000 people with 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread. In fact, God installed timing and seasons in 4 seasons. So maybe 4 represents when you think I'm too late. He has a pattern of introducing his timing when you say the time is late. Like, this is so good. Now let's look at John chapter 11, verse 4. Verse 4, it says, when he heard this, remember this started off the whole sermon. When he heard this, Jesus said, this sickness will not end in death. No, it is for the glory of God, so that God's Son may be glorified through it.
When your kid is hurting and there's nothing you can do about it.
So that God's Son may be glorified through it. So in other words, I have to let this hurt your heart. But if you trust me, it's going to give me glory. It's going to hurt just for a little while, because joy comes in the morning. It's going to hurt for a little while, but can I trust you in the middle? And so I've arrived to this place. You have arrived to spiritual maturity when you view disappointment as God ordering your steps. That's it. You didn't get the building, that's God ordering your steps. The relationship didn't work out, that's God ordering your steps. Maybe next Sunday I have to speak about when you are doing things that's causing for you to break your own heart. Like, if God is going to use pain to teach us certain things, at least let it be a lesson because I'm going to get a blessing, not a lesson because I just need a lesson. Does that make sense? I want us to say this particular confession, and then I want my wife and I to just kind of give you a natural illustration on how God could use pain because it was a part of his perfect timing. Okay? Can I get us to say this? Everybody in the sanctuary, overflow, and watching online, put this in the room in all caps. Father, I trust you, even when it hurts. Help me to view disappointment as you ordering my steps. One more time. Father, I trust you, even when it hurts. Help me to view disappointment as you ordering my steps. Does anybody agree with that? I know this is not your typical Sunday message, but when I was reading that story, I never noticed heartbreak and God's timing often are synchronized. And if God can't trust us with disappointment, we can limit ourselves of walking into our appointed time. So will you trust him, even when he allows the pain? to sit in your bosom and you prayed against it. Let's work. I know it's real sobering right now, but I want us to, what we talked about last night, show these charts and we're done.
So, can you put up my first point for me?
Yes.
Carl, can you go ahead and put up the first point for me? Point number one. The enemy comes, he can manipulate, comes at the time when either you're most vulnerable, in pain, and most successful to cause pain. So what I mean by that, when I was back in college, I was about to graduate. I was finishing up my senior recital. I was like, I am ready for life, right? I'm at this point where I feel like I'm getting my ducks in a row. And that's, the enemy will use that, manipulate that time to cause pain when you're at like the highest peak. Yeah. So when your business is booming, when your relationship is doing good, when everything is going good, then the enemy tries to sneak in and cause that pain to throw you off track. And so for me, I was at a very good place. I had not been in any relationships my whole college. I was focused. And then somebody from my past comes, right? Now, this wasn't a relationship. This was a friend. This wasn't a relationship. This was a friend of mine. Somebody that I grew up with, somebody that I knew from the time that I was like 10 years old, and that I stayed in contact with. Man of God, in the church, right? Gotta put, that in quotes because, he can come as an angel of light, right? So that's what the enemy does. So came back to my life, reconnected with me just as a friend, but then the more that we started talking, the more he wanted to, pursue me. So I was like, this is perfect. Yes, this is it. This is it, right? I'm graduating. I'm gonna go back to my hometown. I'm gonna get married. Like God, the timing is perfect, right? And that's why I said the enemy will manipulate that, right? Because we were talking on the phone, and just to make a long story short, he kind of just abandoned me, just like disappeared. I'm not exaggerating. Like, just stop calling me. One day, like before ghosting was ghosting, right? I got ghosted, right? And this is somebody that I knew for years. So I trusted this individual. We went to middle school together, to high school together, talked to all through college. So this is somebody that I easily let my guard down for.
No one ever taught you how to manage your money, or you're secretly ashamed of where you're at financially. This is for you.
High school together, talked to all through college. So this is somebody that I easily let my guard down for. That's why you should never let your guard down. You should always be watchful, no matter who it is. And so because I let my guard down and didn't truly seek God, I just kind of accepted it. It's like, yes, God, this is it. I know it. I can feel it. And, I felt like all my ducks were in the row, but that ugly duckling just kind of swaddled on in there. And so that's why the enemy can use those moments. And so after that, I did not steward my pain the right way. So the next season after that, I stewarded my pain very badly by bad relationship after bad relationship after bad relationship. Because I was so hurt. Like, I was devastated. I was like, why would you do this to me? Like, I thought that it's like that thought that, like, yes, this is finally happening for me. I've been trusting you, God, and I've been focused. And then you're going to let this happen? So it's kind of like the first person that kind of showed interest, I jumped on in that thing. Okay? And it was definitely not the will of God. And so it started this spiral of bad relationships. Now, mind you, people, I was still going to church. I never stopped going to church. I was still on the praise team. I was still active, and still steward. I know y'all, and still going through these bad relationships and being heartbroken time after time after time. And so I had gotten to like wits end with this last relationship, y'all, because this is the one that came right before him. And so the last one broke my heart so bad, I was like, okay, Lord, listen, I can't do this no more, okay? I'm just done. I am done. Y'all been there? Like, I am done, God. Just forget it. I don't want to get married. I'm just going to be single. And I remember being so hurt in that season, like crying at work, guys. I can't even teach.
Hold on.
I'm serious.
You missed a very critical part.
What I miss?
A year before this.
Oh, no, you're supposed to say that part.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's not my part. That's your part.
A year before this, my cousin had died. And I went to Oklahoma for the funeral, and I saw Tanisha with this dude. I didn't know him at all. It's amazing now speaking about it because it's like we were meant to be, but not at that time.
You were living in whole different states.
I was in a whole different state. We were meant to be, but just not at that time. We are at a funeral, and I'm noticing, man, that woman's pretty. Forgot about it, didn't see her until a whole year later. That during that whole process, she's getting her heart broke because it wasn't me, you know. I'm sorry, go ahead. Continue, sir. Go ahead.
It obviously wasn't you, sweetheart. So after that one was very, very painful. Like crying at work, I was just devastated. But I was at the point that I'm like, I'm not stewarding this wrong anymore.
That's good.
So, God, either I'm just gonna be single and with you, and I was for real, y'all. And I mean, when I tell you that I was pursuing God like I had never in my life, I'm telling you, I lived 30 minutes away from my church, and we had 5 a.m. prayer. I was getting up at 4:30 and driving before work and there was only like 7 people there, but I was one of them because I was so desperate for God at that point. I'm like, I am sick of going through this unnecessary pain that started. Now, mind you, this was 7 years before. The first one was 7 years before I even met my husband. So I'm tired of going through this unnecessary pain. So God, I'm going to steward this right this time. Okay? No more bad relationships. Okay? I am pursuing you with my heart. I am going to 5 a.m. prayer. I am praying. I am snotting. I am crying out like, Lord, please show me the way. And there were other, and we've told this story before, there were 2 other men pursuing me, and I was like, God, I don't want this. You got to show me. And I remember crying out on the altar, and our pastor was preaching on clarity. And he, like he said, my pastor at the time was his cousin, and he was J Flow the rapper. Y'all remember that? He was J Flow, and J Flow came to the church. And J Flow, he was flowing, you know, he was spitting bars. And I'm crying out during worship, and he's watching me, and I'm like, God, give me clarity. And he's watching me. So my purpose was watching me as I'm praying for clarity. Okay, as I'm praying for God to answer me, as I'm praying, God, show me, God, I don't want to make another bad decision. I am in pain. I'm hurting. I don't want to be heartbroken anymore. God, you know, I'm falling deeper in love with you. I want to draw closer to you. And as I was at that state of desperation to God, God was sending my husband. And so you have to, time is up for mismanaging the pain.
That's good.
And that's what I'm saying. So I spent 7 years going to church, going on mission trips, y'all. I'm going, you know, to third world countries and preaching the gospel of Jesus and still getting into these bad relationships. Okay, so listen, you can be in church and still do some dysfunctional stuff. Talk. Okay? So listen, you have to make the decision to steward and manage that. I didn't manage it right the first time.
Yeah.
And it took me 4 bad relationships. So you think I'd learn the first time? I didn't. You thought I'd learn on the second bad relationship? I didn't. Because I just wanted to feel loved, and I just wanted someone to want me, and I just wanted to feel accepted, and like somebody was fighting for me. And all the while, I had a God that died for me. Why are you trying to find some dude that's gonna fight for you? Trust in the God that died on the cross for you and that loves you more than anything.